What's up, guys? This is Isaac from 49 Winchester. We're here at Globe Hall in Denver.
I'm Noah, I play pedal steel.
What's up, Chase, bassist?
We're here for the VMP High Fives, man.
I ain't in no debt. I got a real good woman and a pretty good dog that don't shit in the house. I'm in a traveling band.
Shotgun Willie's one of those records. I was asked a while back in an interview what was a country song that really changed my life, and I think Whiskey River is that song for me, which is on this record. It's one of those things that's, I think it's a common thread in a lot of these albums, that it shows that country music can be a little more than just country music, you know what I mean? You can have funky stuff, you can have psychedelic stuff, you can have all these different influences and flavors of country that come together, and it's still really driven by that country song, that country lyric, you know, so it stays true to itself, but it's still able to open up and access some different musical stuff. The clav and all the sounds on that song in particular are just fantastic, and the whole record top to bottom is just killer. The first course would be some edibles, maybe.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
We might have like a Thanksgiving with Uncle Willie if we ever had the chance.
Yeah.
The actual song Shotgun Willie, there's some like really weird, like, I'm not sure if it's like a dobro or if it's like pedal steel with the dobro effect or whatever, but it blows my mind every time. It's so simple, but it's like,
Yeah.
it's really impactful at the same time.
Yeah, there's a lot of steel work on this record that's super great. Some of all the cool background vocals and stuff too on this record, like in Whiskey River, that female harmony that's "Take My Mind." I love that sound, man. I love everything about this album for
Front
sure.
to back, it's fantastic.
Yeah. Laying in the Grass with New Riders. That's one of those albums. I kind of came onto this avenue of country music a little bit later in life, that sort of psychedelic 60s, 70s hippie country stuff, and I fell in love with it. And the reason, I think why a big part of it is this album and this band in general, man. New Riders was a killer band. The pedal steel work.
Yeah, man. Buddy Cage, dude, he's a monster. Super aggressive pedal steel player, man.
Yeah, played hard, played loud, and it really just cuts through the mix. It's really driven by that steel guitar. A lot of these songs are, for sure. Lonesome LA Cowboy is one of my 5 or 6 favorite country songs of all time. A lot of great tunes on this one. Panama Red, the title cut's a killer song. It's got some kind of humorous elements in it. But Lonesome LA Cowboy is the one that really stands out to me on this record. This one, that's a song that never gets old to me. I listen to it a lot, and it is one of those lay in the grass kind of songs. I can't tell you how many times I've put on this album sitting out half naked in my backyard smoking a joint. So, yeah.
New Riders were they were the first band really that introduced me into the whole Grateful Dead type psychedelic avenue, man.
Country music.
Jerry Garcia actually started the band.
It was a place of kind of crossover for me too, for sure. It kind of warmed me up to a lot of that Grateful Dead stuff that I had sort of, as a younger fella, not been so much into. But yeah, dude, it's one of those albums that crosses a lot of borders, you know what I mean? And I think all of these are. That's the common thread between all of them, is it's sort of a catalog of country plus, you know what I mean?
A lot of different flavors of.
Yeah. To me, Johnny Live at Folsom is like, it doesn't get any more country than that. You know what I mean? This is a live album by a country hero that is recorded at a state prison, full of a bunch of rowdy inmates that heard a lot of these songs and a lot of these elements of the song that they could really relate to and latch onto, and you can sort of feel that and experience that sort of energy back as you listen to this Live at Folsom record. It's one of the, to me it's like peak Johnny Cash, you know what I mean? When I think of Johnny Cash in his absolute best incarnation that ever was, I think it's that one. It was the energy, the lifestyle, everything that was going on was just sort of, it was the consummate Johnny Cash, and in turn it's the consummate live country record to me.
Yeah, it definitely captures that like outlaw country kind of
Yeah,
energy,
man.
and just like, you know, the way he always kind of tipped his hat back to the people that were down and out, or the common man.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
it's
absolutely.
really cool.
Yeah, for sure. Favorite album to cry to? Yeah, the self-titled John Prine record is one of those that you can cry to or laugh to. You know what I mean? It takes you a lot of places. I think John's music was really good about that. It was something that record to record there was a different sort of flow of emotion, song to song. I think bands can sort of slip out of that. Artists can sort of slip away from that and make things too kind of one avenue. But this record's not that way. It's got one of the saddest songs that's ever been written in the history of the world, which is Sam Stone. So if there's ever a tearjerker in the realm of country music, especially the part of it that we love, it's that one, man. John penned the song unlike anybody else. From the time he was this age to the time he died, he was still writing fantastic songs and making great records. And doing it in a way that was really uniquely him. You know what I mean? You can pick a John Prine record out just almost on the production without even hearing the voice, and then that distinct voice comes in and delivers the song and the lyric, and it's a killer record to showcase what John Prine's all about, which is sort of taking a listener to a place that he was when he wrote it. And I've always admired that about a songwriter. We love, as a band, I think Prine's one of those artists that we listen to a lot, you know, going down the road, which is kind of an uncommon thing for us. A lot of times when we're on tour, we're out on the road, we're hearing music every night. The van rides are pretty calm. A lot of guys have headphones on, but when something goes in the CD player, it's usually something pretty special that we can all really latch onto. And any John Prine album is one of those, especially the self-titled record. Eagles Live is this whole record is fantastic top to bottom, and that's because the Eagles are the best band ever. I love the Eagles, man. I always have. I've always loved the way that they sort of started out in a more kind of a softer country world, and they sort of evolved and grew into this sort of rock and country thing that they turned into in the later 70s. And I think they're not only are they all great musicians, but they're all great singers in their own right, and they're all, you know, the shared lead vocal from song to song, depending on whose song it is. It's a really cool dynamic on stage, and it's a really cool thing to hear in a live album. That much talent vocally. The harmonies are unbelievable on this record. Take It to the Limit from this record especially. All that tenor stuff, that big sky high stuff on Take It to the Limit. It's one of the best renditions I can think of Hotel California, even though that's the one everybody plays a million times. But yeah, man, Life's Been Good. That version of it on this record is killer. I love Joe Walsh. He's a wild man, but he's a hero of mine for sure. They're just a fantastic band, and one of those bands that I always find myself trying to find that other harmony. You know what I mean? When I'm listening to them, I'm always trying to sing along with it and do stuff. And Eagles records are really one of about 4 artists that I can think of that I really cut my teeth on in terms of learning how to harmonize and singing along with them. So, yeah, man, this record front to back is killer. Anything the Eagles did was killer, but a live album especially is even more special for sure. The Eagles and their sound and the way they did stuff is something that's sort of seeped into who I am as a musician for sure, because I've been hearing it since I was a kid, you know what I mean? My parents are Eagles fans, and my dad especially, my Uncle Jim, my Uncle Larry, they love the Eagles. Grew up listening to that stuff and singing along to it, man. It was it's a cool blend of a lot of different sounds that the Eagles made cohesive and kind of uniquely their own, so I dig it. Check out our new record, Fortune Favors the Bold. You can go buy that thing on 49winchester.shop. You can also check out all of our fall tour dates. We'll probably be coming to a city near you somewhere. Come see us, man. We'd love to have you.